Hey guys, good morning. So today I have planned to pick up this question. Okay, let's begin with the question. What are the Angular life cycle methods? Okay, so here I have I'm trying to show like one simple diagram. With a simple diagram I'm trying to explain the what are the life cycle hooks in Angular. And here we have four phases: initialization, content, and view and destroy phase. Okay, so first one, in the initialization phase we will be having four: constructor, ng on changes, ng on init, ng do check. Okay, so first one is the constructor. Constructor is nothing but like whenever I'm working with the components in Angular, first step is calling of the constructor. This is the place where the implementation of the any lifecycle hook start. If our component is having any kind of dependencies on the service file, so we can inject those service files inside the constructor. Okay, now let's start with the lifecycle hooks. The first one is ng on changes. So we will be using pretty much in all of the components in Angular, and this will be called whenever if I'm having any input values changes, and it will be called first time before the ng on init. And the next one is ng on init. So it will be used to initialize the data in the component. For example, I want to make some API call before calling any of the functions, or in the first load only I want to show, then I can call those functions, API calls inside the ng on init, and it will be added every component by default by the Angular CLI, and it will be called only once, and it will be called after the input values are set when a component is initialized. And the next one is ng do check. ng do check will be called during all the change detection runs and a run through the view by the Angular to update or detect the changes. And the next phase is content phase. So before understanding the content phase lifecycle hooks, we should be knowing the what is content projection in Angular. So it is one of the main important concept in the Angular. And content projection, it is a way to pass the dynamic data from the parent component to child component by using a ng content tag. So yesterday I have mentioned in the one of the feature in Angular, ng content. So in parent component, in between the child selector tags, I can pass my dynamic data. In a child component, inside the child template, I will be just using the ng content tag, so that I can access the parent dynamic data inside the child component. So this is nothing but the content projection. In content phase we are having two: ng after content init and ng after content checked. So in ng after content init, it will be get called once content will get initialized, and second point I can say it will be get called only once after the ng do check. And the next is ng after content checked. So it will get called if there is any changes in the content, and it will get called every subsequent of the ng do check. In the view phase also we will be having two: ng after view init and ng after view checked. So ng after view init, it will be get called after the view has been initialized in the browser, and it will be get called only once after the ng after content checked. And next one we are having ng after view checked. So it will be get called whenever there is a changes in the view, and we can do it by using @view child. And next lifecycle hook we are having destroy phase. In that we will be having ng on destroy, and it will be get called just before the Angular destroy the instance, and we can use it like whenever I want to unsubscribe some API calls observables, then we can use it, and if I want to destroy the intervals or events, we can go ahead with the ng on destroy. Thank you guys for watching my video, and see you tomorrow with new concept. Thank you. Bye bye.